Hi guys! Jake and Marisa back for live reactions to Power Rangers Beast Morphers. That was our little tribute to Go Busters there. You have sunglasses? You throw them away. Get out of here. All right, we got quite the chat already stirring up. We've got over 25 people.
Yes.
Just jumped up 3 people as I was saying 20. So yeah, it's been a little while since we've done a live stream.
Have we seen the intro and theme? No!
No. I have, because the intro and theme were leaked. So I've seen it.
Not me, though.
Marisa has not seen anything.
100% unspoiled. I haven't even seen the trailer.
Have you not seen the trailer?
Mm-mm.
I showed you the trailer.
You never got around to showing it to me.
That's right, I didn't. I did my reaction to it,
You
but I
were
didn't
gonna
actually
show it to me, but you never got around to it.
Oh, nice. So this is going to be nice and refreshing. We'll get the episode started
Thought
in
we were
about
doing
5
Back
minutes.
to the Future with the sunglasses.
That was one of the great things about the source material for Go Busters was just they always had like their spy sunglasses, and when they ran out into battle,
they'd pull them off.
They'd pull them off,
and
throw them away. That city must just be littered
with
sunglasses
Either
everywhere.
that, or there's someone whose job it is to go retrieve all the sunglasses.
No regard for
so
littering.
they have new sunglasses to throw again next time.
And as you can see, we do have our Power Rangers Grid Defense jackets from when I produced the fan film, along with the Praxis goggles.
It looks like it looks like a D.
It's 2 Ds.
Doesn't look like 2 Ds.
I'll talk to the graphic design department.
It's the stream.
Yeah, there's always going to be a little bit of lag with the live stream. We will have the clear, clean version up
Caleb,
tomorrow.
we haven't started yet. You are not too late.
You're not too late. We're giving it about 5 minutes before we start the episode itself so that people have a chance to filter in.
The screen is quote-unquote going wonky.
But this is exciting. This is the first episode of a new era, and that's always exciting. This is...
Just new era, and now I'm just thinking about the new era in Japan and the...
Oh, that's true. They're having the...
Because it's a new era.
They're having the Naruhito era after the end of the Heisei era, I believe.
I'm from the UK.
Hey, we got so many people. I'm seeing...
Masked Rider's going to watch along with us.
I'm seeing the A-Games, Jason, Jumpman, Ranger Vision, Cool Caleb, Galaxy Red, Masked Rider Blue, Tim. We've got...
Alvin.
Mr. Alman. Yep. So we've got quite a few people coming on in. It's very exciting.
Master. Gorgon Fish.
I hope everyone who's seen the episode already has enjoyed it.
Scott!
I have... Hey, Scott. Glad you could join us. Hello, Gorgon Fish and Deckmaster Fan, a.k.a. Kamen Rider Build. Okay, sorry. I said a whole bunch of other names. I realized.
Oh no, we're frozen.
No, that'll just keep happening. it's just run of the mill. Anime drawings say hello.
Wow, 35 people. I don't think we've ever had this many in one channel.
I don't know. I don't remember how many people we had on Dimensions in Danger. That would have been the only other one I could think that where it may have gotten this big.
You're right. Discord.
Yeah,
this is the first time you've hit the Discord.
That's true. That's true. Because the Discord was just created yesterday.
Oh, that's really
That's why I was on there. Because Toku Chris created the Discord to talk about Beast Morphers.
See, Jacob previously only had a Discord account for talking to me on Discord.
Yeah,
because
pretty much.
I use Discord for a lot of things.
Yeah, because that's the only way I can send you messages when you're at work. Everything else is blocked.
Yeah, everything else is blocked, but I guess the Discord browser client is not.
So that's good.
Cinnamon Beast Morpher?
We're in a world where there's cinnamon beast. I don't know what that actually means yet. I'm assuming that... Now, keep in mind, I have also not seen the preview clips that have been leaked to YouTube in the last 2 days. I decided not to watch those to avoid spoilers. I never watch preview clips just to avoid getting any content spoilers.
Discord is an open Discord, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Galaxy Red is wanting to know when it's going to open for joining. People are joining.
Yeah. I don't have the link to it right at this moment because I'm doing a live stream. I only leave this one browser on my computer during this so that nothing else slows things down as best I can.
Yeah.
I do not have the best laptop, and my desktop doesn't have a webcam, and I'm not going to haul that in here.
That's
either.
because it's not a laptop, but don't tell it that.
Whatever.
It's a netbook.
Alright. So, Kamen Rider Build guy saying, shall we start the experiment? That's a catchphrase. Alright, so, this is exciting. This is our first new episode of the Hasbro era after having concluded the Saban Brands era, and prior to that, the Disney era and the Saban Entertainment era. We're going into era 4 now.
Thank you, Caleb.
Alright.
And so don't spoil it for us or for Fast Rider Blue, who's also watching along.
Do not post any spoilers in the chat.
We can get those goggles, though.
Internet, I forget where.
eBay.
I think Amazon, honestly.
Yeah.
The jackets I had made though.
They were made for
I went to the local T-shirt place and had them make up jackets for my actors for Grid Defense. And I will never not be amused that the Yellow Ranger's name is going to be Zoe.
Which was the name of the actress.
The actress for my Yellow
Ranger
Ranger was Zoe, and I'm like, what? How is that?
And Zoe's a fantastic person.
Yeah. Also, so now it's time for us to.
Do you even Hasbro?
Exactly. So it's time for us to head off into the not so distant future of 2019.
This takes place in 2019?
No, but mine did. Sorry. Grid Defense took place in 2019, and I'm still amused by that too. So yes, the first episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Remote's ready for Beasts Unleashed. Play!
Jason wants to know which Ranger's your favorite.
After years of waiting, we
Ooh.
are now just hours away from when Mayor Daniels will pull the
Nice.
switch for the first time. And
We've
Morph-X
seen
energy will
a lot
flow from the Power
of those
Rangers Morphin grid
locations
into the
before.
towers
Oh, wow.
around Coral Harbor.
Oh, that's exciting.
And into the energy source that gives the Power Rangers their heroic abilities.
So Enetron is straight up energy from the Morphin
Save the
grid.
planet from pollution? Or is it in fact a danger?
Morph-X energy.
Yes.
Today is the day we'll find out.
Good energy, guys.
Riptide Jim.
3,
This must be our hangout.
5,
Hey, we got our youth center complete
I was
with
gonna say, that's the same exercise they were always doing in Mighty Morphin. This one is not doing what he's supposed to do.
We're not disturbing you, are we? No, not at all. It was just, I see.
Yeah.
That was sarcasm.
Yes.
The only way you're gonna learn karate is by following what I do and practicing. Totally agree.
I mean, he's
just waiting on you to teach moves that are a little bit more challenging.
is he,
moves that are more
is he a brown
challenging.
belt or a black belt? I can't tell.
That'd be great.
He's brown, but the
That was
blonde
really
dude
close.
is black
Blaze,
belt.
leave him alone. Back off, Robbie.
All right, so these three are all.
Well, those two look like they've already made their black belt.
Yeah. I just want to say,
Is brown belt here our Red Ranger?
according to our releases, yes.
We're continuing that fine tradition of having the Red Ranger be less experienced than his counterparts.
Yeah. Ooh, dude, that is okay. You're not being cool here, dude.
Wait, what?
I mean, this is a cool fight, but that's not cool. That's also one of the simplest things for you to, one of the most straightforward things that someone should learn if they're a martial artist is how to pull a punch.
A
Don't.
couple of your moves were a little challenging. Devin.
Oh, who we got?
Hey, Dad.
His dad's the mayor.
You are leaving. Now. Thanks for the lesson, Blaze. This isn't over.
Blaze is a little aggressive there, dude.
It would appear so.
Very aggressive. He's very Jared from Jungle Fury.
When you were supposed to be the job interview.
Like I said, less
After the
experienced.
strings I pulled to set it up for you, you just blew it off.
Yeah, well, I don't know anything about cleaning carpets.
But you're an expert at video games and karate. Son, those aren't going to take you anywhere. You have so much potential, Devin.
Apparently he's
Someday opportunity will
a
come.
gamer.
I just want you to be ready.
Also, I'm really liking some of the shots of the city
At
here.
Grid Battle Force headquarters.
You're going into Grid Battle Force?
Grid Battle Force.
Rumor is they have this incredible battle simulator. It's supposed to be unbeatable. Can I come?
Absolutely not.
That is
That's
not
why I tapped
happening.
into the morphing grid. This whole Morph-X experiment is a
Oh, you
dangerous
kidding me?
mistake. I don't want you to go near that place. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.
What's that?
Devin, you're ridiculous.
You know, if he makes himself a fake badge, it's gonna work as long as it doesn't get scanned, because the barcode is gonna definitely be. Are you kidding me?
What?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought he was dropping this kid off at this building, which is right near
No.
the other thing. And I was
Coral
like,
Harbor Grid Battle Force.
What idea?
Oh, what? Of using Go Busters? That's. I wouldn't call that stealing my idea. They had the rights to do so. I did not. Oh, this
I'm here to see the commander.
is lovely.
That looks a lot like you.
It
Yes.
is me.
Well, we'll see about that. Both of you.
Oh, okay. So apparently you are
Coming!
comedic relief.
There, sir.
You wouldn't even know it's on.
Okay. Yep. He's
Hey! Is it
There.
really necessary?
Body scan.
these are definitely our comedic relief.
I'm ticklish.
Are you kidding me? He's just walking by.
Oh no!
Stop!
He's got the barcode.
And he's used it first.
Do you know who I am?
His barcode's not gonna work now.
Mayor Daniels.
The mayor?
Yeah, the mayor.
That's right. Welcome to Grid Battle Force, sir.
Oh,
I heard you were coming today. I'm Zoe Reeves.
Hello,
Nice to meet
Zoe.
you, Zoe.
Follow me, sir. Today is so exciting.
Oh, apparently he doesn't need to scan.
And I'm gonna help. I've got ideas, lots of them, like Morph-X powered bicycles and Morph-X powered.
You
Grid
are.
Battle Force, Grid Defense.
You are so Shelby 2.0 right now.
Apparently their names are Betty and Ben, but we won't find that out until the credits.
Yeah.
That's not a spoiler, thank you very much.
Yep.
I'm not afraid of big problems. I solve big problems.
Apparently they are
That's
twins,
exactly why I
Oh, interesting.
and
I
Betty
think you'll
is the
go
older
young
one.
lady.
There you are, Mr. Mayor.
Commander Shaw.
She looks like she came out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Great to
Stylish.
meet you.
Let's start in our main laboratory.
Even some sparkles in there.
That, Mr. Mayor,
I should get
is
Steve.
Morph-X.
In the morphing grid, it exists as pure
Jack.
energy, but I've refined it into a liquid.
This is Nate Silva, our chief scientist.
Nate Silva. Child prodigy. I read about you.
I feel like
Came
this
here
is
when you were just 6 years
this
old.
is their equivalent of
At
Jeffrey.
10, he discovered how to tap into the Power Rangers morphing grid.
Which, if my calculations are correct,
Wow.
means we'll have.
They even have a,
unlimited
yeah. I'm just
access to
realizing
the
now.
most powerful
They even have a mayor
source
subplot for
in
the
known
first episode. Just like
universe.
That's
hilarious.
exactly what I'm afraid of.
Your mayor wasn't
It
named
seems that
Daniels,
the
though.
mayor
This is
thinks
true
what
now.
we're doing is a mistake.
A huge mistake. Since before you were born, every monster out there in every dimension, from Rita Repulsa to Sledge and Galvanax, they've all wanted to take the Rangers' power and rule the universe.
You're
And now
actually
that they've
referencing
wrapped it
Sledge,
up with a ribbon,
who
some evil mind will try to take it
never
again. And
publicly.
when they come,
What are you doing?
this
Trying to get something to put my feet up on.
Great Battle Force won't be able to stop them.
I beg to
I
differ.
mean, like a
It's time I showed you
booster seat here, so my feet were having trouble with the ground. Nate Silva, obviously the Gold Ranger.
Yeah.
This is the first female commander, unless you count Udana.
Fair enough. I need to think if I were missing any other examples. I mean,
Hold it right there.
we've had other female mentors.
Yes, we've had other female. Well, that's I think why they say unless you're counting
Rangers.
Udana, because
Rangers.
clearly,
Go, go.
oh, this is the
Morphing time. We fight the beast morphing light. Together we rise. Go, Power Rangers. Go, Power Rangers.
I'm sorry.
Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
I do not remember these pink things.
Oh, those were the foot soldiers.
Okay.
They were more. I mean, they're pinky purple. They were spammers in ours.
Give me a chance to practice my
They Bugglers. I was trying to make sure I wasn't confusing them with the Bugsters of XA. So we are now on our commercial. So that was our team
Jen
song.
Scott, technically a field commander. I think they're referring to not the leader who is a ranger, but the leader who is not a ranger.
She answered to Captain Logan.
And he would have been.
When we're referring to commanders, I think we mean head of military or pseudo-military organization, like Commander Stanton, or Captain Mitchell, or Captain Logan.
And the question is still out as to whether or not Madonna counts.
Yeah.
Because she is commanding.
She was a mentor. Which I think, when we're talking commanders, I think we're referring to leads of organizations that happen to include Power Rangers rather than just mentoring the Power Rangers.
No, we're not going to delete Grid Defense.
No. If we were going to delete Grid Defense, we would have done that long ago. No, we're fine. We're fine.
The moments we get closer.
Yeah, we like. It's been up for 3 years.
We don't know when, but we do want to do that, Dustin.
Which thing?
Live react to the Lupin Ranger movies.
Yes, we haven't done the Lupin Ranger summer film yet, because it wasn't available last time we had a gap.
He said every monster in every dimension, so he probably knows about Sledge.
Yeah.
He did mention Sledge.
Yeah, he mentioned that would be why he would know Sledge, because Sledge is from another dimension. I'm just mostly surprised that Sledge would get mentioned because, well, there are a few. Sledge has only made one attack on Earth. And he was doing it from the Galaxy Warriors, the Warrior Dome.
SNS?
What Super Ninja Steel?
Oh!
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Jen Scott's is commander for Hyperforce.
Yeah. I guess he heard about Sledge's attack during Christmas, and that's why Sledge comes up. Because Sledge's would otherwise I would not expect to be public knowledge for the populace. This looks silly and cute. This is a CG movie with an imagination theme park, which I believe they used to call Wonderland, but I guess they changed the name to Wonder Park because they're like, oh yeah, Wonderland is already like a known quantity.
This kid needs to stop screaming about his cereal.
trading card game cards inside participating
He wants
boxes of
Pokemon
Big G
cards.
cereals, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
They are obviously worth screaming about, apparently.
Imagination!
Imagination. Yeah, I'm curious if Tokyuter is going to get an adaptation next. I have no idea. No clue what's coming after Beast Morphers. But this is the first episode of Beast Morphers. I'm not expecting to know what's coming next. It does occur to me we haven't established. We've heard that Beast Morphers is in the near future, but we don't actually know what year this is supposed to be. Like, we don't know if Galvanax and Madame Odious and Sledge were the last villains to attack, or.
Are you in the right place?
Oh, we're back.
I was just looking for the battle simulator.
This belongs in the morphing lab. Let's move it. We're running behind.
Okay, well.
You accidentally put yourself into a higher clearance area than you intended.
No way.
It's a laboratory. Hey, I wouldn't. Hey, be careful. I think those are the machines that turn you into that create evil ranger robots from Dimensions in Nature.
More than power the city's lights and automobiles.
This master computer controls the entire system. When you activate the Morph-X tower network for
But
the
it
first
looks like
time,
ostensibly
the
they're
Morph-X will flow from
actually
here
trying to make
to
Power
here,
Rangers out of those
where
three
it will
people.
combine
Yep.
with animal DNA. Then it'll flow into our three subjects, mutating their DNA.
Mutating them into what?
into our secret weapons.
Power Rangers.
You're creating Power Rangers.
Yes, they are.
Rangers?
The mutation should work perfectly with teenagers. And our top 3 cadets have proven they have the courage and fighting skills it takes.
We've developed special equipment. Beast X blasters, Beast X sabers, Beast X morphers,
Nice.
and Morph-X keys. All powered by Morph-X.
Oh dear. That doesn't look good.
Vengex? Is that you?
This is more purpley than Vengex usually is.
To anywhere.
Send anything
Wait
to
till you see
anywhere?
this.
Huh. Teleportation crystal.
Where'd it go?
Dear
Exactly
Dan.
where I sent it.
Oh, this is nice. I like that.
Impressive.
So if
Teleportation
someone
crystals.
or something comes to steal our Morph-X, we'll be ready.
I sincerely hope you're right. Can I make a change?
I'm sorry. Their identities must remain
The
secret.
Q Ranger gets adapted.
I'm sure
Sierra
you
Hannah said
understand.
she wants to voice Raptor's
Of
hypothetical
course.
Power Rangers
Mr.
counterpart.
Mayor, the
That would
ceremony
be fun.
begins soon.
Because my teammate
Good luck, Commander.
voiced Raptor in Q Ranger.
Yeah.
Nate?
Thank you, sir. The cerebral scan is complete.
Good. Get the cadets into position.
Like there are definitely little things that are similar to grid defense, but they're obviously doing their own thing.
Dylan?
Yep. Whoa.
Blue is actually blue.
There's a snake in there.
Show me your clearance badge.
He doesn't work here. That's the mayor's son.
Excuse me?
Sorry, my dad said he had a meeting. Well, I just wanted to try out the simulator, so we don't have time for this right now.
Hold him in detention.
Wait, there's something in your computer network. A virus, maybe. I'm telling you, I saw an avatar. It was this totally creepy snake. It moved in the system like it was alive.
The firewall is up and secure. All systems in the green.
That's because it's already inside.
Take him out of here.
You should still run a check regardless.
you that guy was crazy.
Check the system.
Run a full check on the computer system.
We
Good.
don't have much time.
Then do it quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you have much time? What is your time limit here? What is your source of your ticking clock, sir?
But blue is actually blue.
Yeah.
Morph-X is about to combine my DNA with the DNA of a gorilla.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
And hopefully make
So-
me into a superhero.
So I guess
Yeah.
they're going for full-on civilian powers this time. I would
Yeah.
expect.
No. Because I've got you to back me up.
Oh.
This is going to be
Roxy, we
unfortunate.
talked about this. We can't be together, not anymore.
Because that's
We
not
both
so.
made the rules when we were
Yeah.
chosen. Rangers can't date Rangers.
I'm amused by this just because of
as long
last
as the mayor is
season.
outside about to make a public announcement and turn all of this on. So I guess
Oh, that's right. They're about to turn things. So I guess they need to activate the Rangers when they activate everything else.
Already is.
I guess in order to ensure that they're
Protected.
protected. But
But that's an interesting little dynamic.
That's not Zoe. So
Oh,
something
that's
horrible is going
Roxy.
to happen.
morphing lab is go, Commander.
Oh, nice. They even have the rotating consoles like in Go Busters. I like the rotating consoles.
And as for that earlier concern, I finished checking the system. No virus detected.
Okay.
Interesting.
Continue the countdown.
Yes, ma'am.
So he can't detect the virus. So what is the deal with the virus?
Well, I mean, it was in some sort of liquid. I'm not even sure if it is a computer virus. It could be like, yes, we heard them mention Rita.
Yeah, I did hear them mention it.
In our footsteps.
I like that they're trying to solidly have this in the Power Rangers universe, which is great.
Yeah, they said from Rita Repulsa to Sledge to...
Yeah. Like actually making use of your larger universe is great.
Initiated.
Yeah, that tends to be
I love the giant lever.
that's got to be a
Ceremonial.
ceremonial lever.
Well, I mean-
it's just standing there on a podium.
Yeah.
It's like the ceremonial giant scissors that don't really cut.
Right. Okay, here we go.
Begin Morph-X
Morph
DNA
time.
construction.
Subjects locked into neural aligners.
Phenomenal. It's working.
And those graphics are totally repurposed from
What's wrong?
Ghostbusters. Now it's detected. Hello, Evox. Interesting. So, okay, commercial time. So we don't quite know the source of Evox, but Evox is very curious as far as how he's... I'm wondering how he's been introduced to the system, where he's come from. Because, you know, ostensibly a computer virus is designed and created by someone.
If they mention Edenoi, Hasbro 200% wins me over, says earlier.
Oh man, that would be nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Evox got in there and where Evox has come from. Because it does seem very strange that Nate would run his scan and it wouldn't it wouldn't have detected the virus. Who seems to actually have a physical form in the Morph-X, which is interesting.
Snaky thing. There's theories with how the way Nate said Evox that a long time ago Nate created Evox. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the child protege created the evil virus.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Dr. K.
The perfect mix of sweet and sour. Just find our new bag in the candy aisle.
So far.
Oh God, the screaming kid again.
Yeah. So far, I'm digging.
You can collect all 12
I'm digging what we're seeing. We're effectively introducing all the characters.
Complete breakfast.
Zoe's.
What I'm curious to see is how Blue survives, because he must survive this in order to become an actual ranger.
Yeah.
Whereas something awful is happening to Yellow and Red,
Right.
because they are not the people that were cast.
Yeah, we'll see.
What if we go off the
I'm also just amused by little things that are where we sort of came up with similar ideas between Grid Defense and Beast Morphers. Most notably that we have a clear Jeffrey character. You know, we have this. We also borrowed from Go Busters and other similar ways.
I'm trying to sleep.
Who died and made him King Cranky?
Okay, this superhero goldfish family is just very strange.
Now that kids can turn boxes of
Not
Lucky
a
Charms
trap.
into leprechaun traps, nowhere's safe. Excuse me, is this a trap?
Nope.
Lucky seems to have lost his accent.
It's up to me, Lucky Charms.
There's like barely an accent on Lucky in the Lucky Charms commercials anymore. It's strange. It's like, they're always after me, Lucky Charms. I am very... Or Irish. Irish. See, I can't even tell there.
Beast Busters would be a better name, but Beast Morphers is still cool.
I sense our connection too.
I like that we have the emphasis on martial arts
I
back.
don't think they are a government agency. I think they're a corporate entity.
They do seem to be a corporate entity, otherwise the mayor wouldn't be so disapproving.
Yeah.
And we're back. All right, let's see what
They may
happens.
be on a government contract, but they're definitely a corporate entity.
Yes, ma'am, shutting down. This is Commander Shaw. All non-essential
Whoop.
personnel evacuated.
Wow, apparently everything's going on the fritz.
Well, you know what? If it's an evacuation, probably that cell should be open.
Yeah. And sparks.
No, there's an attack in the morphing room. We're evacuating.
What?
I'm not afraid of big problems.
What? No.
I solve big problems.
What? That's not how you solve problems, though. They're very silly.
Honestly, if anyone should be running towards the problem, it probably should be security.
They're very...
Except now they're in a dumpster.
Yes.
The system's not responding. I can't stop the morph.
It's their personal day of the dumpster. Oh dear. Okay, so Red's first. Whoa. What? Oh, that's
Yellow are the
interesting.
baddies.
Well, not just that, but look, he generated a digital version of him. Woo. I was not anticipating that. Okay, so it's sequential, one at a time.
Somebody's got to pull Blue out of there before this happens to him.
No, just trespassing.
Just trespassing.
Nice.
They can both do rolls. Alright, so now they're going to see what happens to Yellow. Okay, so they're actual avatars.
And one more will join us.
Okay, gotta save Blue. Gotta save Blue. Oh, he grabbed the, one of the Darth blasters. Whoop.
And he cut the power. Well done.
There we go.
Seriously though, sweetheart, you don't belong here. You're a laundry girl.
I mean, I admire that she's helping at the moment, but she probably should not be in this situation.
The thing of it is that, like, yeah, she's probably doing a great job, but in a situation like this, people have designated roles, and designated places they're supposed to go, and what their role is supposed to be. And if you are not supposed to be a combatant, you need to stay out of the way of the people who are.
Yeah, but it's
Like
working
Nate.
out. It's working.
Nate knows what he's doing.
He's hiding.
That's what you're supposed to do
Yes.
when you're...
Oh, nice kick.
Okay, why does the laundry girl have this kind of skill?
I don't know. Maybe she practices at the local dojo too.
The Morphin Grid will finally belong to Evox.
Find it. I'm liking the little glitching
Ooh,
effects on
ooh,
them.
Nate's got a gun now too.
Whoop. Nice. I also like we've got.
All right.
Whoa, he's initiating the morph sequence? Whoa, okay, sure.
That worked.
They've morphed into Power Rangers.
Huh.
Whoa, she's right.
They're very lucky they did not get corrupted themselves.
Wait, don't look now, but you're the Red Ranger.
Now is not the time for this.
Or what you are, but you're not Blazing Roxy.
Master of the obvious.
So, red and yellow are still capable. What's going on? What?
How did I do that?
What?
It's the cheetah DNA inside
What do you mean still capable?
They're fighting.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That was
Why wouldn't they be?
incredible. It must be my jackrabbit DNA.
They
Let's try my gorilla strength.
we've got.
Well, I mean, after they passed out, I kind of figured.
Well, they're still passed out. The first red and yellow are.
Oh!
That's Devin and Zoe. Were you not
Sorry,
looking when that
I
happened
was
to
looking
them?
at the chat.
Whatever's caught in the beams. Yes, Nate.
Zoe's basically a female boom.
Oh, nice. Using the teleporter ray.
Teleport them out of here.
Almost there. Ready. Blue, you distract them. On it.
Yeah, it was Devin and Zoe that just got morphed. The others are still on the ground.
Sorry, that's where I was confused because I was looking at the chat at the time. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
apparently missed the part where Zoe was a cadet.
It worked.
Oh, okay.
She wiped.
Oh, interesting. So she's
She
sort
was
of a
cut
boom.
near the end. Yeah, someone just said she is the boom.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I missed that little detail. We must have been talking over that bit of backstory.
Yes, sorry.
All right, so they just teleported away that entire chunk of the lab.
Hey, it took the baddies with it.
Yep. Interesting.
Question is, where did you put them, Nate?
So Blaze and Roxy have been put into comas, huh?
We're Rangers, not Roxy. You know we can't be together.
Hey, guess who's not a ranger anymore?
Fair enough, but she's also.
If she survives, you can be together. If she survives. Yes, I missed the morph, Jumpman. As far away as possible. Well, it would be better if as far away as possible happened to be at the bottom of the Marianas Trench.
Nate says, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd be an avatar too. Thank you.
So this is
I'm
interesting.
sorry
So,
that we couldn't help them.
what is the deal with you?
You're the guy that Blaze was hassling at the gym. I'm sorry, I should have jumped in and...
No sweat, man. I can take care of myself.
So I've noticed. I'm Ravi.
Devin.
And I'm Zoe.
Nate, report. Their bodies are perfectly healthy, but their brains are functioning as if they're in a deep sleep. From what I can tell, the virus duplicated them, creating essentially their evil twins.
So how do we awaken Blaze and Roxy?
So they weren't just.
Blaze
So they weren't
and
just straight
his
up
avatar
corrupted.
Roxy and her avatar, they're linked through the morphing grid. Meaning that as long as their avatars are awake, our friends will be asleep.
So the only way to save Blaze and Roxy
Is to destroy their avatars.
Affirmative. Even though I've sent their avatars to a different dimension,
Different
they're
dimension?
intelligent. They'll find a way back here.
That's why we have the three of you, the Power Rangers, to protect the morphing grid.
Wait, you're just chill with that?
Oh, I guess. Did you just say mom?
He did.
Devin, the Morph-X has combined your DNA with cheetah DNA and jackrabbit DNA.
Huh.
You are the red and yellow Power Rangers.
Roxy should be here to protect the city herself. But until she can, I'm proud to take her place.
This isn't what I expected when I woke up this morning, but it is pretty cool. Whatever
Your
I-
dad's gonna kill you!
Yeah.
You have a lot to learn. Take them to the
Yes, the Blaze and Roxy avatar suits are top tier.
Well, yes.
I was responding
Yes.
to that.
Oh, we got our little do. And this is the
Yes,
trailer.
someone actually spoiled that mom thing earlier, but I immediately deleted it from the chat
Oh,
so you
okay.
wouldn't see it.
Brand new team of Power Rangers can stop it. Unleash the beast with high-tech morphers.
So it's going to be interesting seeing things move forward. This was
Beast-powered weapon. Let's finish this creep.
very much focused on our inciting events and getting the Rangers in their suits. We've got a lot more stuff to establish.
I hope so, Jumpman. I hope that the affirmative with a Billy reference.
Yeah. All right.
Commander said their identities have to remain secret.
Yeah. So it does look like we're going with secret Ranger identities, which means the mayor might not find out that Devin's a Ranger.
Yeah, but I
That
think
could
that's
be-
what Ranger Vision is
Yeah.
saying. No, Marissa, he's not going to find out. Yeah, his dad won't know. See?
All right. So we got a lot of interesting stuff going on.
So how does the washed out cadet wind up doing the laundry?
I don't know. I missed that bit. I kind of want to rewind and see if I can find that bit of the conversation.
Well, she did just chat up the
When she-
mayor when he got there. It's probably during there.
Yeah, that's where I would imagine she was talking about. But we've got a lot of interesting relationships set up for
Don't worry about it, Caleb.
for all of the Rangers, which is very good as far as setting up for drama moving along the line.
Dad, I have to go to my carpet cleaning job now. Bye!
That's a good point. I mean, she was doing cleaning.
Are they really going to be able to hide it from the mayor?
Hey, the commander was already hiding their identities to begin with, so I guess they're capable of that.
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't be surprised if the mayor finds out eventually.
Galaxy Red says that she wanted to help in any way she could, even if she didn't become a ranger, which would, like I said, make sense if it wasn't for the fact that there was an evacuation going on, and
Right. Well, I think it makes more sense
as
in
you
context.
may want to be a hero,
Yeah.
even if you are a washout from the actual program, as much as you may want to be a hero, if you are not assigned to that role, in the case of an emergency, you need to do what it says in the
Wait,
thing.
I just realized something.
Yes?
The opening credits were late in the episode.
8 minutes in.
Yeah, I didn't realize how far into it was. That's very unusual. Also, one thing that I was surprised by around the
It's
time when
okay,
it was
Jennifer.
going out.
I got rid of it before
information
Jake saw it, so he was actually surprised.
Yeah. I was surprised when the opening sequence was released. And it was so short. I assumed that it was at first that it was an edited version until we got later confirmation that it was the actual opening credits. We have a 30-second opening credit sequence for the first time since I believe Turbo, when we had some abbreviated versions of the credit sequence. So that was very surprising that they're doing that from the get-go here, whereas every other time we've had a 30-second credit sequence, it was just a shorter version of a long sequence that had been established earlier in the series. And I'm very surprised that it's a full act into the episode rather than just after a cold open.
Hi, Super Samurai.
Oh, is that now? Okay. Have a good night. So this is very interesting. All right, I want to see this conversation with Zoe again.
That's right.
Ben and Betty are kind of cute and silly here.
I heard you were coming today. I'm Zoe Reeves.
Nice to meet you, Zoe.
Follow me, sir.
Okay. Now it's
Today is so exciting. Morph-X is going to change
So what did she
the
say
world.
before?
And I'm going to help. I've got ideas. Lots of them. Like Morph-X powered bicycles.
She was talking
and
about
Morph-X
ideas.
powered...
Thanks, Zoe.
Right after I get out of the laundry department. Of course, I trained to be a Battle Force cadet, but I got cut. Still, I can make a difference because I'm not afraid of big problems. I solve big.
Okay, so that was where
There's her little catchphrase.
that was the little thing.
Yes, Galaxy Red. She had more reason to be there than Devon did. But again, she should have evacuated.
Yeah, but you know what? We've set up interesting little things to follow up on with all the Rangers. Ravi's got a very deep connection to Roxy that I was not anticipating. The Rangers can't date is just amusing, considering we just came off a season where two Rangers were dating.
And it's got to be a corporate policy.
I imagine it's a corporate thing.
Ben and Betty are leagues better than Victor and Monty. They look like it.
We'll
I
see how
really
they are
enjoy the
moving
thing where
forward.
Betty came down off her step stool.
Yes, the fact that she's, that she's itty bitty and full of grit. Oh, hey Dad.
Mom says hi too.
Hi Mom. I hope you guys are doing well.
Hello. My in-laws are watching.
Apparently. So wow, we've got over 50 people in the chat. That is fantastic.
And Ravi's mom, being commander, explains why he was so hesitant to violate the rules when Roxy wanted to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've seen that Zoe apparently knew Roxy before Roxy
Well, I mean,
got
probably
word
because
from-
they were training together.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of different relationships going on here.
I am actually a little surprised that the commander does not seem to be even slightly perturbed by the fact that her yellow and red ranger have been unceremoniously replaced.
She is she's handling this very, very
She is
well.
really, really chill about this.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, ZJ. Betty is adorkable.
I'm looking forward to getting to know Ben and Betty a little bit more, because right now it's a little early for me to really. I'm still feeling out how I feel about them. I like that the hangout place is basically we've got a youth center.
It is. It's the youth center again, and they're even doing the same
Yeah.
karate punch that they were always practicing.
Yeah, it's especially with
At Ernie's.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that's
Do all karate kids just do this forever?
well. I mean that's usually you start each practice usually with the basics of practice your punches, practice your kicks, etc.
But they're never doing the kicks or any other punch. It's always this one.
Oh, we also only ever see 2 minutes of a practice.
I know, but it's interesting that all of them start the exact same punch in Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It's like, the kind of in continuity thing. I like it.
Yeah. Alright.
Wish
So-
the audio in the stream was better.
Yeah, the posted version will be nicer.
We're not having good network right now. I know last night I was doing I was running a trial. It's like a raid with my Elder Scrolls Online guild, and I was lagging very badly. I died repeatedly from lag. 4'11".
This is another.
Okay,
Yeah, there we go.
I'm 2 whole inches taller than her.
There you go. This was another fully original
Thanks.
footage premiere episode, just like
And we're gonna remove that.
for
Yes, we are stuck with crappy Spectrum.
this
Power
is
Rangers Super Sentai news. No spoilers in the chat.
oh okay. But yeah, this is our first episode with and we have all original footage, just like for Ninja Steel and Dino Charge. So we're keeping up on that trend, which is nice. Really going for a lot of world building in this episode, which is definitely nice. And the fact they are trying to firmly establish this as being part of the greater Power Rangers universe is another nice feat.
Devin was not being very respectful in practice at all.
No, he wasn't. But Blaze definitely overreacted.
Yeah, Blaze totally overreacted.
And he got way too aggressive.
And as somebody said, as a brown belt, he should have been more deferential to the black belt, but as a black belt, he should have been the bigger person.
Yeah.
So they were both pretty wrong there. But I'm going to give it to Blaze because what was Devin? If you're going to listen to your music and groove out instead of punching, you can do it someplace else.
Well, yeah. But starting a fight was not.
Oh,
cool.
apparently Blaze took the first swing. That
Yeah, he
changes
did.
it. Okay, no.
Yeah, he absolutely did. That's why I'm saying Blaze was
Blaze
completely
is
out of it.
way out of line.
He was way out of line with all that.
It doesn't matter what belt you are. When you're taking martial arts, they're always teaching you.
Yeah.
You don't use this just because someone ticked you off.
Yeah, he was showing very poor judgment and self-control, and it was just, it was sort of to establish, I guess, Blaze's underlying character, which is
I'm getting shades of Jungle Fury again.
I do like that we're getting.
Yes, they both acted poorly.
That we're getting these villain suits right from the first episode, because the Roxy suit. Well, for one thing, it's been repainted yellow, but that version of Escape's outfit didn't premiere until well into the 30s on in Go Busters. Oh, we lost the connection. Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully that'll come back in a moment. So, come back. Come on. I want to talk more to you people. Do we have any questions here? Alright, well, yeah, we've definitely got a bad case of lag at the moment. But, there it goes, it's back. So yeah, what I was saying was the outfit that Roxy has, one, it's repainted from Escape's monster form.
Bye, Jumpman!
Which, two, wasn't introduced until the late 30s of Go Busters.
Edison Kelly, you can watch it online if you have a cable company that gives you a login to the Nickelodeon website.
Maybe. We haven't seen it posted to Nickelodeon.com
yet.
That's the only place that I would expect it to be available online. But I'm not, I don't know if it's
there
going
may
to
be
be
illicit ways,
or not.
but we don't know of them and can't recommend them.
Exactly.
Although,
and then Blaze's outfit wasn't introduced until like the last 3 episodes of Go Busters, I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah, our videos, it's not you, Mr. Megazord, it's us.
Alright, but we
Jason, it's not you, it's us.
Yeah, these might be from when we lost the connection a moment ago. We do have a nice, big, broad supporting cast at the moment. We introduced a lot of characters in this episode. Because we have our 3 main Rangers. We have Blaze and Roxy as our villains. We have the Mayor, the Commander, Nate, Betty, and Ben. And Evox. And then who we do not know what his deal is. He's a very mysterious character at the moment.
Oh, it's a snake. Badgers. No! Sorry.
So I right now I'm liking everything that's set up. I'm hoping that everything is followed up upon well. That's really my main concern at the moment.
They've set a lot of things up, but there's always room for them to fail to follow through, because that happens from time to time in television.
Well, that has happened across the last several seasons. Where the final execution of things that were set up is not always successful. They do follow up on plot points, but not necessarily always.
Well, sometimes things in television are completely forgotten.
That as well.
Which annoys me.
Now, I don't know if we're going to get an origin for Evox. There was never an origin given for Messiah in Go Busters. This could just be Virus just appears and he's just the bad guy, and that's just where we're at. I hope that we get more about what the deal is with Evox. The fact that we've already gotten a little bit of flashback backstory for Ravi and Roxy, makes me hope that we get more building upon backstory. As far as Zoe goes, we have that little background story of her training as a cadet and then getting cut. I want to get more context for that. I want to see if there's a reason that she got cut that is outside of just not being strong enough. And yes, Spectrum is awful.
Yeah, they're saying that our audio is coming through garbled now.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that. If you guys want to see what we've said that didn't come through clearly, obviously check out the final version that we're recording on our normal camera. There's only so much we can do with regards to the direct feed. Outside of just like getting a new computer with a stronger internet connection, which is expensive. But hopefully we can do something about that at some point down the line. So that's my hope for Zoe, that we get that backstory of why she was cut. Because that would make for a really nice underlying.
Because somebody said in the chat that she was cut late, but I think you might just be inferring that from the fact that she did very well in the fight.
Right.
She didn't specify when she was cut.
Yeah, she may have been cut from the final lineup. She may have gotten cut earlier on, and we don't know if there was specific behavior that got her cut.
I mean, because that could also explain how she wound up in the laundry room.
Right.
If you're getting cut from the Ranger program, I would think you would still, if you were later in the Ranger program, you would probably be eligible for a position in security or something.
Yeah. And in terms of other things, like, we've seen from this episode that she has a tendency to leap before she looks. Haha, Jackrabbit, leap before you look.
I'm not sure why we would. Diamond asks...
What's up?
Do you think we're going to see the Beast Morphers fight the Megaforce Rangers?
I don't
Why
know.
would they do that?
The one reason I could see that would be if they were going off of... Go-Busters came right after Go-Kaiger in the Sentai, so there is some crossover footage there. But I have no reason to assume that. We haven't really gotten a straight-up crossover episode in a very long time. Like, the last time that we got just a straight-up crossover between two teams, I believe was Wormhole in SPD. Because we didn't have a Mystic Force SPD crossover, we just got a Piggy cameo.
Yeah.
Overdrive was once a Ranger, and that was it. Jungle Fury didn't have a crossover. RPM didn't have a crossover. I mean, technically Samurai had that pseudo crossover with Scott, but that was just a one Ranger crossover as opposed to a full team crossover episode. We had...
and the women were corrupted by a snake.
That is a good point. That is very Adam and Eve there.
Thank you, Mr. Allman.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to adapt to Busters versus Q Ranger?
I don't know. I'm not making any assumptions that we'll get a crossover episode between two teams because we haven't.
And usually when we do, it's consecutive Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So...
I could see... The most likely one I would see would be a Ninja Steel crossover. Or a guest spot by an individual Ranger. Because that's what we've gotten. We've gotten guest spots from individual Rangers, or, you know, composites of Rangers from across seasons. But we haven't had a team-on-team crossover since SPD and Dino Thunder. It's been a very long time.
The video version that'll be up tomorrow.
So...
Up there, they can see you down there.
I would be interested in seeing if Zoe washed out at all because of acting impulsively, and then maybe Blaze got her cut, because he seems like a vindictive dude.
Also, she's got this whole "I'm not afraid of big problems, I've solved big problems" thing. It's entirely possible that maybe what she was cut for was, at some point, she was afraid of something. And that's why she keeps repeating that mantra to herself.
Maybe.
In a sort of Ikari Shinji, I must not run away kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So there's definitely
I would love to see an RPM crossover.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's just see if we get this Neil.
What?
Neil? Noel?
What?
Noah?
What are you trying to get at?
The kid.
Which kid?
In this.
What, are you referring to the guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
Nate.
Nate. Would you like to see Nate and Dr. K in the same room?
That would be fun. No, you know what would be the best crossover? Beast Morphers and Grid Defense. That would be the best crossover. Because you know what? You know what? There's a precedent for that from Go Busters. Because what was Go Busters' return movie? It was Go Busters meets Go Busters. That would be amazing.
A lot of seeds are being planted.
Yes.
That is true. And we're really
We want to
hoping
see
to
how they
see
grow.
them grow. And come to a beautiful fruition.
Yeah.
We have to wait to see if they will bear fruit.
This episode in many ways felt like a prologue of what's to come.
Go Busters was Sentai's attempt to replicate RPM? Really?
Yes and no. I don't know if I'd say it was an attempt to replicate RPM, but it was definitely, I would say, an attempt to replicate an aesthetic that RPM represents. I think they were going for that more realistic approach, that you would see in something like, yeah, you can cut that one.
No, nobody else can see it.
Good. That more realistic approach that you would see in something like Neon Genesis Evangelion or Pacific Rim.
Yes, thanks to the auto...
where it's, yeah, there was a nice little auto censor of a comment there.
Very lewd and inappropriate, and gone.
Yeah.
So is the user. That's what happens.
So that grounded approach is very nice, and I like that they're doing that and they're trying to integrate it into the Power Rangers universe. I know I've said that a bunch of times, but I like that they're coming from that perspective on it. Now, whether we get any further ties to the larger universe moving forward, I don't know. It could just be, this like
that and the comments,
my mentor Zordon. It could end up being another one of those. But we shall see.
Oh, Daniel, hang on. Sorry.
What's up?
I accidentally hid poor Daniel while I was trying to hide
Oh, whoops.
evil person.
So, I don't know what,
You're unhidden, Daniel.
Alright, why would Evox go after... when you say Megaforce, you're referring to Battle Force? Because Evox wasn't around for Megaforce. To our knowledge.
So, what I was saying before I realized I'd accidentally hidden poor Daniel.
Yep. Was?
Between this guy and the comments we got the other time, we are really starting to become a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're finally getting inappropriate comments in our videos. Woo, exciting, yay.
We made it to the YouTube big time, man.
There you go.
We actually have to moderate because people are misbehaving.
So, I'm looking forward to us kind of really diving into the action more next week. Because this was sort of that prologue. We got to see how these characters became Rangers. We got to see how the other characters became villains. We have the big kickoff, inciting event of this world and this story. And our introduction to all the characters, but the story mechanic has not yet been established. And that's going to be coming in. The main story engine hasn't been established, and that'll probably be next week when we get into Evox establishing his, control with Blaze and Roxy, and starting to send out monsters. We haven't seen any foot soldiers yet, for instance. So the whole attack pattern of the villains has not yet been established, as opposed to the last two iterations where we started off with a monster right off the bat.
Earlier, before we started, I asked Iron to hold his question. He's asked it again.
Transformers Power Rangers comic miniseries crossover would be a fantastic idea, I think. I think that would be a good way to test the waters on Power Ranger crossover possibilities with other Hasbro properties, because I know they are looking at building a Hasbro cinematic universe and integrating Power Rangers into that.
Would be awesome.
Would be really interesting. I'm curious how they would go about that.
How would I rate this pilot compared to others? It was pretty up there.
It was solid. I would rate it as solid.
I wouldn't put it up high, but solid. Yeah. Unfortunately, I find the contrivances a little bit annoying. The fact that Red and Yellow both became Power Rangers because they both happened to do things they absolutely should not have done, and coincidentally wind up becoming Power Rangers.
But that's sort of not an unusual trope. You happen to engage in unorthodox heroic behavior, and that puts you in the position
Dino
to
Charge
become
or
a hero.
this Dino Charge?
Yeah, I'd say this is probably
It's okay, Dustin.
I'm trying to think how this ranks with the Dino Charge premiere.
You can rewind, or you can watch it tomorrow when we put up the edited version. It's cool, Dustin.
I think I did like the Dino Charge premiere a little bit better, but that may just be because it's more settled in my mind.
Actually, Daniel, that question was accidentally deleted earlier, so thank you for asking it again. Yep. Hasbro did another Power Rangers live show. Would you see it?
I'm hoping to see it when they do another live show. That was something that was actually announced at Toy Fair. There will be a live show.
Oh, cool.
We don't know when. We just know that there is going to be one. I think one of the things I liked a little bit better about the Dino Charge premiere is that it felt a little bit greater in scope. You know, we got to see the end of the dinosaurs. We got to see the main missions of Tyler and Shelby were a little bit more concrete, and they received a little bit more focus as Rangers. Whereas here, the threat was a little bit more isolated, so it felt a little smaller scale. And because we had so many different characters to focus on, our key Ranger characters didn't feel like they were quite as central to the story itself. So that would be why I would lean a little bit more towards Dino Charge being a stronger premiere. But this did do a lot of world building, and I like they did try to get everybody in the cast to get a little bit of a spotlight here.
I'm not getting the Sauron vibe, no. And I hope it is more serialized. I like it when it's serialized.
This does feel like we are kicking off.
I mean, RPM was my favorite.
A slightly more serialized story at the moment. It's going to be hard to tell until we get our real story and our real story engine started, which will presumably be in the next episode or two. And then we'll get an idea for how this show operates. Right now, we've been introduced to the world, but we haven't really established how this show is going to operate.
Honestly, if I'm getting any kind of vibe off Evox, it's the Jafar turns into a giant serpent.
Yes, he does look very much like the Jafar serpent. We saw very little of Evox, so it's really hard to get a gauge off him as a villain.
Ranger Vision has given us a link for the Ticketmaster.
Oh, it's looking that will be kicking off in November?
In Tennessee.
In Tennessee. Interesting.
A bunch of other locations are listed as to be announced.
Okay.
So you should keep an eye on our
So I guess info is leaking out quickly. I had not
I wouldn't call that a leak, that's Ticketmaster.
Well, true. But I think I'm really amused that they also have Mare being central to the story. They had the Prodigy character who's analogous to our Jeffrey character. So those were both kind of funny little and the fact that we have Zoe as a Ranger as well. Have a good night, Dyreno. So those are fun parallels to Grid Defense. And actually, one thing that I found a little ironic with this is that when I wrote and produced Grid Defense, because I knew I didn't have a whole lot of budget, I was a little concerned that I'm like, okay, am I having too much stuff going on in the base and not enough stuff going on, out in the field, and
This whole episode took place.
This whole episode took place in a base.
Except for the part that was in a car.
Except for and
one scene in the
dojo, and ironically, although mine was after the credits, ours also kicked off with the Red Ranger in a dojo.
I wouldn't say he's based entirely on intimidating presence, because he did take over those machines and make 2 avatars.
Yeah,
That's power.
Yeah, he's definitely a sort of a secret agenda villain. Well, not exactly the secret agenda. We know he wants to take over the Morphin Grid. We just don't know why, and we don't know where he came from.
Not so secret.
So I'm looking forward to getting more info on our villain. I feel like that's one of the things that we haven't really established, that you usually get a little bit more of, which is, what is the nature of this threat? And Evox is very much a bit of a wild card at the moment, since we don't know where he came from, we don't know what he's capable of. We know that he got into that system and he was able to corrupt the creation of Rangers, up until he didn't.
I'm sorry, the way you said that, all I could think of is, what is the nature of your emergency?
There.
Takes place in the RPM
This does not
verse, right?
take place in the RPM universe.
No, unfortunately
This
not.
takes place, as far as we can tell, in the canon main Power Rangers universe. Which is fine by me, because honestly, my assumption this whole time was that this was going to be the main universe version of a Go Busters team, and then Grid Defense is the RPM universe, parallel universe counterparts to the Beast Morphers. That's been my personal mini canon.
Yes, review.
What?
But you won't hear me till later, so I'll type.
Oh yeah, we had gone over that. It is strange that she got bumped down to laundry. But I wanted to get more. There are definitely a bunch of little things I want to get more info in. We also had a pseudo breaking ground ceremony as as an event. Again, so we opened up with,
and by no means,
with
by the
something
way,
of a
are we
news
being
report on
critical
Enetron.
when we point out.
No. I'm looking at all the different things where we looked at when the writers were coming up with this pilot, and when I was coming up with Grid Defense, and what were similar lines of thoughts that we came up with. Because when trying to adapt a Sentai, you want to figure out, okay, what's your best way into this world? How do you adapt these pieces over, etc., etc.? How are you going to introduce these heroes? All these different little things that you're establishing and determining how to use. And I like how we both thought up, a news report is a great way to quickly establish the major events occurring in this world. What's that?
Snake corrupted 2 people, right? We're like, reference, but in the Sentai,
Messiah was the villain in Go Busters. That's true. But yeah, a news report gets you right into what's the nature of this world, what's the nature of major events. A dojo is a nice quick way to establish the physicality of your main Red Ranger hero. You have something along the lines of the mayor, to establish that there is a link to the surrounding population, to the city as a whole, which I think is smart, considering we kind of want to make the city to be something of its own character when you have these giant energy towers dominating the skyline. Tying that in makes sense.
We definitely enjoyed NBT.
Yes. And going from there,
Dustin was saying the comic relief was a bit unnecessary, but they'll give them that there were no fart jokes.
This is true.
Thank you for no fart jokes. But I would say that it was not so much unnecessary as actually a classic element of almost every Power Rangers cast.
I would not agree on that. I wouldn't say that it's a classic element of every Power Rangers cast. I'd say maybe a third or a quarter of them. A comedic duo is...
Not necessarily a comedic duo, I say comedic relief.
Well, yes.
I mean, because sometimes it's a solo character, like Boom.
I am amused, though, that just like with our last iteration, they get knocked into a dumpster, just like Victor and Monty did in their first episode. So it's not...
They haven't broken physics yet.
To our knowledge. Yet. We'll see.
What episode do you think will establish your Beast Morphers takes place?
I'm hoping that we
don't know what episode it's going to
I'm hoping that we get more information. I hope they just keep on world
I hope
building.
they tell us at some point, but we have no idea in which episode.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to double check something. Because there was a news report earlier. There was a ticker on the news report.
Did the ticker have a date?
Did the ticker have a date? Let's find out. And you know what? That
abilities. Is this a stroke of
okay.
genius
So we
that
do
will
not
save-
see any date or time on the ticker.
No, but we do know she's from Channel 10.
She's from Channel 10. We have the random little one-off character in our to open things, and in my case, it was little Timmy. Also, in terms of the number of characters that they're focusing on within the base, is also similar as far as supporting characters, in that you have a commander, and 2 guys and a girl. We did the same thing. Although we had 2 scientists and a security officer, they have 2 security officers and a scientist. Which is an interesting approach, because I think they're also planning to do with Nate the same thing that I was planning to do with Jeffrey.
Someone may have spoiled
So I
that
find
in
that
chat,
interesting.
but I deleted it.
Fair enough. So those are some of our thoughts on the parallels, the analogs. There was no real footage use analysis here, because it was all original footage, which was something I could not do.
Yeah.
But it was definitely fun comparing this to to Grid Defense and seeing the things that are similar and the things that are different and the approaches that they took. It was a fun introduction. We got some good fights. I'm looking forward to the next episode, hopefully raising the stakes as we expand into the world beyond this laboratory. So, any last questions from the chat? I think we're dying out about this time.
Yeah, ZJR was talking about how Ben and Betty might shuffle jobs until they fill the roles of support, like in Go Buster. I'm not sure that that's going to happen, but either way, I would still like to get to know our bridge bunnies.
Yeah, we had 2 people on the bridge, and we did not really get anything. I want there to be like a Vasquez. Yeah. Vasquez was a nice little... Hicks and Vasquez from RPM were nice little low-key supporting characters.
Well, no, I was thinking more along the lines of the bridge bunnies from Go Busters, but yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. Marisa and Nakamura.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cute.
Because these people did have a pair of people in their little chairs.
This definitely is a well-populated organization, even if all the important stuff seems to just be happening in that one room. Which now no longer has a big chunk of it. Which fits with something that I saw in the trailer and opening credits. It looks like that chunk of lab, I think, is going to end up being our villain base, wherever it's landed in that other dimension. Which is, again, something from Go Busters that I also used, where the villains have their base outside of things. And, I had Praxis. They have Enter and Escape, or they have the Enter and Escape analogs of Blaze and Roxy. And I found it interesting that Roxy had the little cable vines that used to be Enter's attack.
Yeah. Which means that probably we'll see some...
I like that I got to use practice,
Enter's doodahs, but what we'll see is like the shots where they grab something or something and not see Enter.
Yeah, which is what I did for when I did my analog with Praxis, who I had as who had the reveal at the end of being a former scientist, but we didn't know what happened to her other than it was marked deceased. So it's interesting that in this case the avatars are digital avatars of the Ranger candidates who are now in comas. So that's another little interesting kind of parallel.
Yes.
Do I think the Beast Bots will have the same personality or new ones? I don't know. We did not meet the Beast Bots today. I want to meet the Beast Bots next time. I know I kept them pretty low key. I pretty much only used Nick in grid defense outside of the last little intro of Bit and Rillo, but Usada and Gorosaki. Sorry, I'm gonna have 3 different names for everything. I'm gonna be using the Go Busters names, the grid defense names, and the Beast Morphers names as I go through this, and it's going to get confusing. It would be cool to have a recurring TV personality doing the reporting. I think that would be a nice little background bit. So Caleb wants to make a fan origin of Evox where it's evolved from Kamen Rider build. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of elements that they're gonna match up with the footage moving forward. But we've seen already that they are not afraid to do original footage, and we'll probably be seeing a lot of that moving forward. So I think now's a pretty good time to wind down. We've been going for over an hour, 15 minutes now. Thank you all for joining us, for sticking around.
Thanks for so many of you coming, and those of you, the 12 of you who've stuck with us this long.
Yeah, right now we have like a dozen people, and that's usually like just what we have for the whole
chat.
Start,
and by this time we have like 2.
And now we have a dozen left, and we're near.
And I really hope we will see all of you guys again next Saturday at the same time.
Invite your friends. Spread the word. Keep getting people in on this.
It was fun. We like chatting with you.
I love interacting with you guys down here.
Catch you later.
I hope this has been exciting for you. I hope that we're providing a unique perspective on Beast Morphers. Because not too many people have adapted Go Busters.
See, Ranger Vision.
Alright. Everybody have a great night, and I'd say until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. It's Morphin' time. Grid Access Online.